Seek to understand before you're understood. And I have you tattoo that somewhere on your arm right there. Seek to understand before you're understood. But typically what we do is we throw back at the person, no, I did not do that, blah, 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 blah. And you're going to try and convince them why what you're saying is more right than what they're saying. I had this couple once, and he wanted to go backpack camping, and she said, I don't want to go backpack camping. And he says, why don't you want to go backpack camping? And she says, because I'm afraid of bears. He said, are you freaking kidding me? You're afraid of bears? That's ridiculous. Why are you afraid of bears? And she gave him 5 reasons why she was afraid of bears. And you know what he did? He gave her 10 reasons why she shouldn't be afraid of bears. As if him telling her 10 reasons why her 5 reasons weren't any good was going to stop her from being afraid of bears. Essentially saying, you're ridiculous. You ever been in a fight like that? Somebody telling you you're ridiculous? Okay, that breaks rule number 2. That's name calling. Not ridiculous. Or you could be right. I'm ridiculous. Now can we talk? So if I was going to teach you something about relationships, I would teach you to learn how to fight. Learn how to have conflict in a way that when the conflict is over, you're actually closer to the person than further away. I don't want to teach you how to fight like Michael Grandinetti and I fought. That is not the way to do it. At the end of the fight, I want to feel closer to you, not further from you. When you give me feedback, I want to say thank you, not fuck you. I want to trust that you're telling me stuff that you need to tell me because you want me to be better and you love me that much. And so in my relationship with my wife, here's how it looks. So this is about 2 or 3 years ago now. We go to look for a new car. She needs a new car. And we always need a 4-wheel drive car because I live up in the foothills. The cheapest 4-wheel drive car you can get is probably a Subaru. So we're looking at Subarus, and I bought a lot of cars in my life, and she hasn't bought very many at all. And so we get together, and we meet this salesperson down in Denver. It was a man. And so I start, being a boy with a boy. Like how we men can be with each other sometimes. So we're hanging out, and I'm like, she's like, she doesn't know a whole lot about this shit. So I'm going to talk to you. How many of you have ever done that one? You done that one? Okay, so we get done. I'm talking to the guy, and we get in the car. We don't buy the car. We drove it. We drive away. She says, I want to talk to you about something that happened today. I'm not too good with it. Now, my first reaction is, oh, shit, I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. Because I am. And she says, honey, I love you. This is called the sandwich approach, okay? The sandwich approach to giving feedback. She says, honey, I love you. And I know that what you were trying to do was make a connection with that man in order to get us the best deal possible on a new car. But what you did was you kind of used me and kind of put me down and made me feel like I'm just a dumb girl, which I'm not. She has 2 PhDs. And that didn't feel so good to me, and I hope in the future you will try to make connections with people to get us a good deal on cars that doesn't use me at your expense. Because I love you, and I care about you, and that just was very painful to me, and I know you wouldn't want to hurt me. You see the sandwich? I love you. You're a piece of shit. I love you. Now, a lot of times in a fight, what happens is the person giving the feedback, in this case my wife, gives it to the person, and this person, in this case me, does what I'm going to call the bait and switch. It looks like this. Honey, I really didn't like the way you talked about me to that guy, and it made me feel like crap. I'm just doing it faster. And that kind of sucks for me. Now, what I get to do, if I'm off my game, is, what the hell are you talking about? I was just trying to get you a cheaper deal on a car. You're spending the money on it, I'm just trying to help you. So what happens here is, it goes from her having an issue with what I did, to me taking her issue and throwing it right in her face, essentially saying, no, you don't get to be pissed at me because I was working for you. How many of you have that fight with somebody? We do it all the time. We do it all the time. It's a shitty way to fight. So if I'm really on my game and she says, honey, blah, 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 you were doing this and made me feel this, my best reaction is, oh, shit. That is what I did. I used you in a bad way, even though I was pretty well intended, and I made you look bad, I am really, really sorry. And you don't want me to do that anymore. And she would say, that's right. That's why I love you so much, because you listen to me. You take feedback. There's a difference between a person's intent and a person's impact. My intent may have been to get her a cheaper deal on a car, but my impact was I made her feel bad. You with me? And so a silly example about understanding the idea between the intent and the impact, and it's very important for you to pay attention to the impact, is if I'm up here cleaning my gun, and I shoot you in the leg, I may have been trying to clean my gun, but you still have a hole in your freaking leg. And so understanding intent and impact is a very, very important concept in our ability to deal with conflict with each other. Because in this particular case, she understood my intent. So for me to throw at her, my intention was blah, 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 would just be essentially to say to her, shut the F up. And that's not the look I'm going for in my relationship with the person I love. So learn how to deal with conflict.